The Islanders by S.V. Leonard. Read by Lisa Druett-Arundale. For my gran, who loved whodunits, but loved me more. Prologue. Spyland.co.uk. News, scandals, and all the latest gossip from your favourite celebrities. LoveWrecked to be axed from air after the horrific events that took place on their show. Posted on 1st of August. It was less than 1 week ago when all of us at Spyland, along with the entire nation, watched in horror at the gruesome scenes that unfolded live on our television screens. But despite the many eyes of the world, we still don't have answers for what the hell happened. This morning, the producers and management team of the hugely popular summertime show finally released a statement to the public after significant criticism for their silence over the past week. A spokesperson said, "I speak for everybody at the channel when I say that we are devastated at the events that took place on the show. We are working closely with the police to understand who committed these horrific crimes, and will do everything in our power to ensure they face justice. It is with a heavy heart that we also announce that this season will be our last. We feel that it would be inappropriate for us to continue. We would like to thank the public for their continued support of us, and our thoughts go to those affected. We at Spyland aren't overly convinced this constitutes a sufficient response to what happened on the show, but we will reserve judgment until the perpetrator of these heinous crimes is caught. As always, stay tuned, and Spyland will bring you the latest news as we have it." Chapter 1. Kimberley. Sunday, 13th of July. I wipe a bead of sweat from my forehead and let out a moan of frustration. This month is on track with predictions to be the hottest since records began, and my tiny apartment is like an oven. Where the hell are my keys? I ask my bedroom, spinning around on my heels as I scan the surroundings. Please don't do this to me. I can't deal with this right now. My head pounds, as if the beat of last night's club music got trapped in my brain and is replaying over and over again. My need for pain relief soon overpowers the search for my keys, and I drag myself to the bathroom, my feet throbbing from the indignity of being forced into high heels all night. I wince, remembering how I walked barefoot along my street, my high heels clasped in my hands. I dread to think how much dirt I brought into bed with me. Well, I think to myself, better than a stranger. In my bathroom, I deliberately avoid looking in the mirror. I don't need it to confirm what I already know. I am a mess. I open the cabinet beneath the sink and rummage for some painkillers. My new position causes blood to rush to my head, and my brain gains its own heartbeat. Bile rises in my throat, and I twirl around to hover over the toilet. Just in time. The orange-tinged liquid burns my throat as much on the way up as it did on the way down. Tequila. I wipe my mouth with the back of my hand and retrieve a silver-foiled packet from the cabinet, depositing 2 powdery white pills into my hand. Popping the pills in my mouth, I dip my head, so my open mouth is under the running tap. I'm careful to swallow the tablets with small gulps of water, as I can already feel my tender stomach threatening to erupt again. Why did I go out last night? I sigh and press my forehead against the mirror. The glass is cool against my sweaty brow. I know the answer to my question, but knowing the answer doesn't make me feel better about it right now. Catching sight of my reflection makes me cringe. Clearly, I didn't bother to wash my face when I stumbled through the door last night. Remnants of makeup still cling to my skin, like a thick layer of grease, and the layer of fuzz that has gathered on my teeth tells me I didn't bother to clean those either. The sound of my phone makes me jump as it screeches an alarm. The screen flashes an instruction. It is time for me to leave. Quickly, I pump hand wash into my palms, flick on the tap and scrub my face. The skin on my face tightens as the cheap hand wash strips it of moisture. I scrape my dark, curly hair into a low bun and give my teeth a quick once-over with the toothbrush. Overall, it's not a huge improvement, but at least I no longer look like an extra in Trainspotting. There's still the issue of finding my keys. Where would I, drunk Kimberley, have put my keys when I stumbled in at 3 a.m? Then it hits me. They will be exactly where I left them. I dash to the front door, and a pile of bills sits on the table next to the front door, waiting patiently to be opened and paid. I wrench the door open in a move that sends the letters flying into the air. Ha! My keys are exactly where I left them, in the lock of my front door. I whip them out, grab my handbag, shove my sockless feet into plimsolls, slam the door behind me, and charge down the stairs of my building, my stomach churning uncomfortably. Outside, the air is almost as hot and sticky as it was inside. The tree-lined park opposite my apartment is alive with activity. The shouts of children shooting water guns at each other are enough to raise the intensity of my headache. I glance at the time on my phone. It's a 20-minute walk to work, and I have exactly that before my shift starts. So, all being well, I should make it. No problem. I live to fight another day of employment. I wasn't always like this. I used to be reliable, on time, sober, but you can't help what life throws at you, or how you react. The sun blares down from high in the sky. Its rays scorch me as I march along the pavement, making me feel as if I'm on centre stage lit by a spotlight, as if all eyes are on me. The feeling of being watched makes me glance over my shoulder. The street behind me is empty, apart from a man dressed in navy shorts and a polo shirt, and he wears a baseball cap pulled low, so his face is in shadow. This is nothing out of the ordinary. It is very sunny, but it isn't the hat that makes my muscles tense. It's the way he's holding his phone out in front of him, his stubbled chin lifting upwards as he looks at me and then retreats into the shadows as he looks back down at his phone. "I'm going to get you for this," a voice shouts from my left, and my head whips round, searching for my assailant. Another man stands at the edge of the park. His shoulders heave up and down, his fists are clenched. I take a step away from him, so I'm pressed up against the side of one of the houses. But before I can run, the man's face breaks into a wide smile, and he whips round to chase a little girl, who squeals as he pursues her, an empty bucket swinging in her hand. A father and daughter playing, and nothing more. Shaking myself, I continue onwards, commanding myself to get a grip. I'm not being followed, and I have no idea why I thought I was. The road dips downwards as I hurry past the cathedral, tall and imposing, but its austerity seems somewhat out of place in the summer sunshine. Cars zoom past me as I walk alongside the main road, their speed creating a welcome breeze in the still air. It isn't long before I reach the crossing to get to the docks where the pub and my boss, Gary, await my arrival. I'm close, and I should make it in time. The air is cooler as I enter the docks, a combination of a breeze coming off the Mersey and the shade of the covered colonnades. It's quieter too, without the noise of the cars. All I can hear is the sound of my footsteps against the flagstones. "Kimberley?" A voice calls to me, its echo reverberating off the brick. I whirl round to find the man wearing the baseball cap, standing several metres behind me, my heart leaping at the sight of him. My instincts weren't wrong. He was following me. "Kimberley King?" A small bark of fear leaves my mouth involuntarily as the man strides towards me. Part of me wants to run, but I'm rooted to the spot. "Are you Kimberley King?" the man asks again. "Yes," I whisper. "I'm so glad I found you." The man is close now. He lifts his hand to his head and pulls the cap off his head so I can see his face. He gives me a dazzling smile. "And you're going to be glad I did too."
Sample complete. Ready to continue?